Hello everybody, I'm Naresh.lalvani and I thank you for participating in today's live event. Are you there? Well, I will wait for another 2-3 minutes so that more participants can join, and then I shall start my conversation with you, which, do not forget, is a question answer session. I need you to ask me questions so that I could assist you by answering you. Thank you for bearing with me for another 2-3 minutes. Okay, shall we start? I reintroduce myself. My name is Naresh.lalvani and I first and foremost thank you for participating in this live event. And please do keep in mind, today's topic is on happiness and it's a question and answer session. So I will talk a bit and then I request you all to please keep asking me questions so that I could answer them to the best of my ability to how many ever people I can. First and foremost, we must please keep in mind that happiness are of two factors. One is the external factor and one is the internal factor, which I have always considered. The external factors are like going out, buying something, being happy about it, going out for a good meal, being happy about it. It is like, let me give you an example. Like, you're going down a shopping mall, you see a very fancy watch, and yes, it is very, very costly. It is very, very expensive. So you strive hard for a few months, save money, and you ultimately go buy that watch. The day you buy that watch, yes, you are filled with joy. But really ask yourself, how long does that joy last? A few days, a few weeks? After a few weeks or a few months, it is just another watch that you have on your wrist. This is what I'm trying to say. These are all external factors that make happiness, but they are all very, very momentary. They are very, very fleeting moments. We need a little of this in our life to continue. We are all humans. We all have desires. But if you want to, continue this type of happiness, how much will you pursue it? And how often will you succeed in getting these so-called small materialistic things to keep you happy? The real happiness actually comes, the internal factor, which I am trying to mention above, is first, appreciation. Learn to appreciate what you have. Once you learn to appreciate what you have, half your temptations for new things would just vanish. Along with appreciation, also learn to please be grateful. As I gave the example of the watch. Now you see the watch, for example, you may already be having 3-4 good watches in your collection. Did you need the number 5? Really wasn't necessary actually. It was more of a want, not a need. Honor your needs. Honor them well. Your wants can be considered. I've always said there are two types of people I've come across in life. Let's talk an example on this. Both of them have got, say, $1,000 in hand. There is person A who will spend $800 to $900 on a Louis Vuitton bag and keep $100, $200 inside that bag. There is a person B who will buy a $100 high design bag or something like that and keep $900 inside that bag. Who do you think is a more sensible person? I am not talking about the super rich. I am not talking about the highly affluent people. I am talking about the common man, the common you, the common me. Cash in hand is always a form of security. And with security comes a sense of happiness. Always keep in mind, buy something good, buy good quality, but don't chase all these high brands. You may tell me that peer pressure. What peer pressure? If the so-called friend of yours, to impress him, who's going to do nothing for you, you're going to buy such expensive things, don't you think you're doing something very, very foolish? And if this friend of yours even makes a comment, what stops you from counter giving a comment that if you really think I need something that expensive, why don't you gift it to me? That person will not. It all depends on your attitude. The best attitude in life to always have a smile on your face is the KISS policy. Keep it simple, stupid. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Just keep it simple. Life will be much more easier for you and the people around you. You have got a family to feed. You have got to look after their needs. You have to look after even your needs. You do not have to impress society. No, that is not called for. Do not fall under this peer pressure. I go back to the inner so-called reflection. Always be grateful, always be thankful, and appreciate what you have. Cultivate this habit. It takes 21 days to form a habit. Not more than that. Initial 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it will be a little like, a type of an effort coming from your side to appreciate what you have, to be thankful to what you have, to be grateful for what you have. But eventually, that becomes your line of thought. Heaven and hell are both in your mind. And once that sense of gratitude sets in, once that sense of thankfulness sets in, once that sense of appreciation sets in, temptation, no. There's a very small possibility of that creeping in. Not like how it used to be once upon a time that I need this and I need that and I need that. It's no longer a need. Forget the wants. I request you people, please, whoever is watching, do ask me questions so I could continue further this conversation and clear your doubts to the best of my ability. Can anybody ask me something, please? Am I to understand everybody is very happy in life? They have no doubts at all? This is nice. I'm glad to see that there are so many happy people around me. Okay, let me continue. So, you see, as I said, it is the gratitude, the thankfulness, the thankfulness, the gratitude, the appreciation that brings in actually the inner peace and happiness that we want. As I requested earlier, please try to cultivate this habit and things will go on more smoothly for you in your life and the life of people around you. I'm yet waiting. I'm waiting for anyone to ask me a question, please. Do not forget, it's a question answer session we are going on. Okay, let me continue. Now, how do I continue this topic further? On happiness. There's another thing of happiness which I was mentioning earlier, the peer pressure, which I had requested you not to fall for. You see, another way to keep in mind, which is very, very important, is self-talk. Self-talk, never, please let yourself down. You converse with yourself the most throughout your life. Your mind is working on and on and on. And many a times, actually, you're just conversing with yourself. When you're conversing with yourself, many a times, because of things around us, the circumstances around us, we say that, oh, I'm so unlucky, oh, this is, so difficult, I cannot do it. No, this is not the approach. Oh, I'm not good enough, I'm a useless person. No, please, never, ever give yourself self-talk like this. The negative self-talk just does not work. It'll run you down more. Instead, what you should do is appreciate yourself also. Yes, I'm in a difficult situation, but I know I'm strong enough. I'm strong enough to, overcome it. Now, okay, what are the possibilities to overcome it? Yes, there is a delay. What was supposed to end in 2 days now might take 5 days because of an hitch. Give yourself positive self-talk. It really not only so-called, encourages you to have a better attitude, but I strongly believe that the universe delivers what you think. It delivers very well in its own sweet time. So never demoralize yourself. Let others talk what they want. Again, I'm back to your self-talk. Talk positive. Opinions are there in hundreds and hundreds. Hear them all, but then just accept what you know is the truth, because you know exactly how sincerely you are trying to get through, to do your job, to be happy, to be successful. Don't take them to heart. They're just opinions. And it is your life that you're leading. They're not leading your life for you. I hope this message is also getting into your mind. Another way to lead a more happier life is avoid the blame game. Who spilled the glass of milk? It's happened. The glass of milk has been spilled. The attitude should be, first save whatever is left in the glass. Then clean up the mess. And then think how to replenish the glass and fill it up with milk again. That's the attitude required. When you think in a positive way, what happens is that solutions start coming into your mind one after the other. But if you're going to start thinking the negative way, that who dropped the glass of milk, why was the glass of milk dropped, all that can wait. You need instant solutions. You need answers. There's a situation around. I willfully never use the word problem. I use the word situation. There's a situation around. It's a more positive way of looking at things. Rather than saying, I have a problem. What's the problem? The milk spilled. No, it's a situation. Yes, I just now got a question. With our self-talk, shouldn't we be honest when we are not doing our best? Yes, you have to be very honest to yourself at least. If you deceive yourself, you will never achieve anything in life. Instead, you will always be in fear. There is no scope of peace and happiness. Honesty, not only to yourself, I strongly believe be even honest to the world. If for any reason something has failed because you made an error, instead of letting anyone make a big scene about it, phase one itself admit, I am sorry. Instead of using route A, I use route B. And this is a mistake. And that is why we couldn't reach our goal. People like honesty. And when they see you are honest, they start having more faith and belief in you. Your growth may be slow because today's world there are a lot of conniving people. Your growth may be slow, but it will be very, very steady. When you're honest to others, when you're honest to yourself. An error is an error. And being honest to yourself is the most important thing. Who are you trying to deceive? Why are you deceiving yourself? If you deceive yourself, how will you ever reach wherever you want to reach? And how will you ever experience that joy, that satisfaction of an achievement? It is that joy, that satisfaction that brings happiness. And that is what you are aiming for. To be satisfied, to be happy. Yes, Mr. Caldown, happiness also requires a lot of honesty to ourselves. We have to be 100% honest to ourselves. Whatever the reasons may be, the truth is the truth. If we can deceive ourselves, we will be living in a messy world, believe me. Because eventually there will be trust issues on you, even from others. I hope I'm clear. Do I say anything more? There are so many people watching online. Please open up. This is just a general conversation we are having. Nothing very, very personal. This is nice. Yes, what else do we talk about making you happy? I was talking about the KISS policy. The KISS keep it simple policy, keep it simple, stupid policy. How many of you have ever tried it? Just leading your life, irrespective of your affordability. You may have a lot of money with you. You may have a lot of resources with you. But leading a simple life. You know the plus point of a simple life? You will never fall under peer pressure. Eventually people will accept you as you are. If you are a person with just jeans and t-shirt, people will eventually accept you as you are. Because that is what you are. And when you are that way, you are not under the pressure of fashions, you are not under the pressure of brand labels, you are not under the pressure of colors. You are just what you are. I come back again. Appreciation of what you have. Be grateful for what you already have. And not to forget, be thankful. Things will go on very, very well. And please do remember the trick of the habit, 21 days. It takes 21 days to make an habit. That's it. then it is no longer forceful thinking. Another hack I would request you all to please practice is the practice of a smile. Try doing it every half an hour, 45 minutes. There does not have to be a reason for you to smile. Oh, what's the time? Oh, today in India it is 6:20 p.m. Nice. A smile. The smile habit of yours will cultivate again, as I told you, 21 days. But why do I ask you every half an hour, 45 minutes, make it a point, smile? Because the mind, the subconscious mind or the conscious mind, cannot distinguish between a fake smile and a genuine smile. They think you are happy. And when the mind thinks you are happy, it releases whatever the chemicals are, dopamine, endorphin, whatever, serotonin, whatever they are. You will realize that you are a more jolly person that day. But the trick to this was, the hack to this was, just smile. You just kept smiling. I'm not saying smile like an idiot or a monkey 24 hours, all 365 days a year. But every half an hour, 45 minutes. Or when you're conversing with someone, even on the telephone, when you're conversing with someone, when you talk with a smile, when you talk with that smile, as I was saying, believe me, even people on the other end of the line can feel a bit of warmth. There is someone paying attention to what I am saying. Don't ask me how, but this is how it works. You try it out. You please try it out. Smile. Keep smiling. You will yourself one day get in touch with me and say that whatever may be the situation in my life, it's hard moments, it's okay moments, it is difficult moments, it is good moments, but I have got a sense of inner peace, a sense of, a little bit of jolliness in me, a sense of humor in me. The smile is very, very important. Please also cultivate this habit. I'll be wrapping up now very soon, and before I do wrap up, I do request you all, this video will also be posted on my Facebook. If you do have any interesting topics that we have another live event on, please do pass those comments and I shall work on it, and we shall try to meet up at the earliest somewhere in November. Yes, Mr. Caldron, I already told earlier that you see a negative attitude means like, talking to yourself negative or anything will never solve your problem. When you talk negative to yourself, for example, you are running yourself down. When you're talking, please talk to yourself also in a very positive way. Yes, I'm in a difficult situation, but I know I'm strong enough. I will overcome it. Never run yourself down. It's generally a practice for majority of the people. When they're in difficult situations, and they can't get the job done once, they can't get the job done twice, they can't overcome that obstacle. I am so useless. It's a terrible world I'm living in. No. Everything remains the same. It is all your attitude. Heaven and hell is all here. Please, positive self-talk that it's a difficult situation. I will overcome it. It's a difficult situation. I've got the strength to do it. Okay, it's a difficult situation. I have run out of my resources, but I think so and so will be able to give me an answer. Always talk to yourself in a positive way, because as I earlier mentioned, you talk to yourself the most all your life. Your mind keeps working round and round like a clock, even when you are left alone to yourself. And who does the mind talk to? It talks to you yourself. Please be a bit positive. It brings a lot of relief and you will get solutions in your life. Don't concentrate on the negative. Don't concentrate on the problems. Concentrate on the solutions. And as I was requesting, please in the comments, do pass your opinion on what topic you would like to have another discussion on, another live chat on, and I shall arrange for it very soon. And I would like to wrap up now. And before I wrap up, I ask again, does anybody else have any questions? That's nice. I'm glad that majority of you are quite happy. Or if you people are feeling shy because we are on a public forum, on my Facebook Messenger, please do communicate with me. One-on-one, we could work things out. End of the day, happiness and peace is all that everybody seeks. And I thank you again, Mr. Carlton, for answering your questions. And we shall also definitely keep in touch. Why are we so anxious about it? What are you anxious about, Mr. Rakesh? Please, you see, anxiety builds up when we live too much in the future. Don't. You must have heard it time and again. I am just bringing it to your awareness. You know it. That live in the present. When you have something to get done, do your best. Do it with sincerity. Now, in the present. Whatever is the outcome, it is not for you alone, but for everybody. The whole world is not in our hands. Let's call that fate, forces of nature, the divine hand, whatever it is. But what is in our hands is to do our best now, to live now, to see that we achieve our goal. And then it is like rolling a dice. Now, do you know what's going to fall? Is it going to be a 1 or is it going to be a 6? Nobody knows. That is the divine hand, the forces of nature. Don't try to control it. If you try to control it, you get anxious about it. Everything is interconnected. You can only do to the best of your ability what you can do. And when is it? Now. I have been asked another question. I hope you have been answered, Mr. Rakesh. Anything further, please do ask me. Yes, I have got a question. How to live a stress-free life? My dear friend, it's an interesting, question. In life, being stress-free is very, very, it's like, how do I explain? Where there's day, there is night. In a coin, where there's heads, there is tail. To lead a stress-free life, as I earlier was mentioning to Mr. Rakesh, please live in the present. Do the best of your abilities in the present. Work hard in the present. Be sincere and helpful to people around you in the present. See that people around you are not hurt in any way. I mean intentionally. Unintentionally, sometimes mistakes happen, errors happen by everyone. Once you start doing your work, your attitude, a positive attitude, a sincere, a sincere so-called approach to your responsibilities and living more in the present and not in the future, a lot of your stress will be released. But to have a stress-free life, no. There has to be dark to see day. Only then will you appreciate the day. Have you realized that whatever comes free in life is many a times not appreciated? However expensive it may be, I may give you a Bose music system. It may cost me 200,000, 300,000. You have kept it in the corner enjoying it, but do you know the value of it? No, you're cynical. But had you bought it yourself, with your own hard-earned money, you will see to it that it is even dust-free. That is why there has to be a down for there to be an up. There has to be an up means there has to be a down. You see, even in the financial markets, they always talk, the graph should never plateau. Let there be a growth. Let there be a growth of even 1%, even 2%. Because when it comes to the peak, there is always a plateau. And when there's a plateau, there's always a down. But that is the nature of life. There are ups, there are downs. Yes, Mr. Vicky, we shall talk about relationships in my next live talk. I will definitely do it. I have got one more question from Laura. Is it all about the mind and is it programming? Laura, you really don't need programming. You just need to rethink the way you're thinking. That's it, nothing else. As I told you, what you're saying programming, I use the word habit. In 21 days, a habit is formed. Just learn to rethink and be a little more open-minded. You have learned in school that A is for apple, but I may say A is an aeroplane. Neither of us are wrong. But a person with an open mind would accept both and smile and say, yes, you got a point, my friend. That way. I hope I'm clear, Miss Laura, that please don't get into programming your mind and things like that. Your mind is like a monkey, it'll play games on you. Cultivate the habit of smiling, cultivate the habit of positive self-talk. Things will work out well for you. Rakesh has asked me again, why do we feel lonely even when we have friends and family and feel disconnected? You see, Rakesh, end of the day, you are your own best friend. That is the hard fact of life. You have to first accept this, that whether you have a good family, good number of friends, do you discuss everything with them? No. I've always said that one fine day when I write a book, I will end it with the last 8 or 10 pages blank. The title of that last 8 or 10 pages will be My Life Secrets. Loneliness generally comes in when we are not our own best friend. With this positive talk to yourself, trust me, you will start enjoying. There's a difference between solitude and isolation. In solitude, a man is alone, or he may be even with 100 people around him, but he's very happy with himself. In isolation, a man feels lonely. Why? Because he is not his own good friend. Please, with all that you have heard today, practice it. You will yourself connect with me and say, you are yourself feeling happy, even sometimes to be just left alone. And that left alone may be in for a few days. I'm not saying that, isolate yourself from the world. But you will never say, I'm lonely. Mukshidul asked me, people take advantage of honest people. Yes. As I earlier said, there are a lot of conniving people in the world, but please be honest. But when I mean be honest, I don't mean don't be smart. to the best of your ability. You were honest to yourself, you were honest to the world. And when you know that things are going the other way around and people are trying to take advantage of you, find an escape route, ignore them, don't get the job done. Be a little more frank then, that my responsibility is A, B, C, not D, E, F. Or if he may ask you something else like, like please can you give me some money, or can you, money, yes, keep that in mind. It always starts a fight. Never be a borrower, never be a lender. That way, you will be a little more cautious with yourself and things will go smoothly. You will not let people take advantage of you, though sometimes, or of ill fortune, it happens. Because we are not all that intelligent. There are a few people who are smarter than us, who outfox us. Yes, Laura, the habits have a way of the effects of how we think. Cultivate these good habits of smiling, positive talk, self-talk positive self-talk, being empathic, trying to see that people around you also are happy. You see, when you're surrounded with happy people, you yourself start to feel a little bit lighter. And when you feel lighter, you become more jollier, you become more jovial. You must have noticed in some social gatherings that some gatherings you really enjoyed. When I mean you really enjoyed, I don't mean the food or the drinks or whatever the entertainment may be. You really enjoyed because you had wonderful conversations with people around you. But why wait to see that others start a good conversation? Why don't you start? The tricks of the smile, the things of positive self-talk, the tricks of gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation. I've always told myself, even among a group of friends, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Maybe between you and me, there has been a misunderstanding. Yes, society gossips, society talks. Gone are those days where there used to be a quotation that express your problems and half your problems are solved. Today you express your problems to society and they will laugh at you and you will become a topic of gossip. But as I was saying, getting back to the point, you and I, for example, had a misunderstanding. The talk goes on in town. Someone may come and ask me, why, Laura? Why? Or why, Naresh? What happened? I would just say, please, this is between me and Laura. Leave me alone. But I would never say that Laura did this, Laura did that. No. When there is nothing nice to say about someone, please keep quiet. You don't have to explain to anyone. When you have something nice to say about people, be very, very expressive. Yes, I met Laura yesterday. She's a wonderful person. I like being with her. I hope I'm clear. Could I go ahead with the next question, please? I believe in hard work, but still, when? You see, sir, you have to work hard. You have to work sincerely. And as I said, life is not a chessboard. Life is like a game of dice. You roll the dice, you do not know what's going to fall, 1 or a 6. We can only do what we can do to the best of our ability and do it with sincerity. Do it with, honesty. Do it with genuineness. This way, I promise you, you'll at least sleep peacefully. But if you have to work all your life, or how some people retire earlier in life with a lot of comforts, fortune, whatever it may be, Please accept the fact, the forces of nature, the divine hand, the act of God. This is what life is all about. We have to just make the best abilities with the cards that we have been dealt with. That is all we can do. This is how our whole life is. Mr. Edward asks, should we mind our own business, focus on our behaviors? Yes, naturally. Why are you so concerned what your neighbor is doing? If he wants to talk to you, or why are you so worried about what your friend is doing? If he wants to talk to you, he will tell you, and in his conversation with you, he will tell you that this is happening, this is not happening, etc., etc., etc. You should always mind your own business and so-called the well-being of your family around you. Your territory ends there. In conversation, if someone brings it up to you, that in my life this is happening or in my life that is not happening, that's a different topic altogether. But don't have to be a nosy Parker. Inquisitiveness will only lead to politics, will only lead to gossip, where you will definitely also be shot in the crossfire. There are no two ways about that. You must have experienced it. Since you've asked me this question, very innocent person sitting, and there goes Edward. Suddenly, someone whacks him in a sense, said, Edward, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Vicky has said that to Rakesh, that Mansidul, I have learnt from nature on how to live life. I have a beehive that I have learned from. Work hard and smart and be focused. Very true. Do you know, you read the autobiography of all the successful people, Warren Buffett, or who's this guy, the Facebook man, I forgot his name, or our friend Bill Gates, Microsoft, Windows. They have all paid attention to only one topic, focus. They were so obsessed with their goal, they were so focused with their goal, that the journey could have been delayed, but it never ended. They have reached their destinations more number of times than anyone could have dreamt of on planet Earth. And the trick behind this was they all say the same thing. Please be focused. Focus is the key to success. I thank you, Vicky. I thank you for bringing this topic also, or this point, into the conversation. Okay, with all your permission, could you please allow me to wrap up today? I have got another personal counseling, and the gentleman is coming to meet me at 7:15 local Indian time, and I'd like to freshen up and even talk to him. I shall have another live session soon, and you're welcome, Rakesh. And as I requested, in my comments on the Facebook, please do give your opinion of what you would like to discuss next in our live session, and I will do my level best to honor it. I thank you, Vicky. I thank you for, all your time too. And now, with a happy heart and a happy smile, I tell all of you, my friends, have a good day. Have a good weekend ahead also too. We shall converse more soon. Till then, please take care. God bless you. Namaste.